Hello there, YouTube. Tiddlywinks is here. I'm gonna have two videos in one video. The first part is gonna be taking down the Taurus TCP, how to take it down. It's like any other semi-auto handgun that's been made in the past 10 years, 20 years. It's kind of like breaks down like a Glock. And then also the second part is gonna be how to clean a semi-auto pistol. And it's going to be fairly straightforward. The first part I will end, and then I will, tell everybody my last finishing spiel. Then I'll go ahead and start the pistol cleaning part. But let's go ahead and get started. We got a Taurus TCP, which I took and shot yesterday, and I really wish I would have brought a camera. Now what you do first is obviously make sure it's unloaded, which this one is, because I've been cleaning it already. And you have right here a takedown pin. I don't know if y'all can see that good. There you go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pull the slide back just a little bit. Let me aim this downward at you. Pull the slide back just a little bit. Take you a screwdriver, a knife or something. Get it up under that takedown pin. And it's a little pain in the booty, but you can get it out. Let me get my knife out, make it a little easier. I don't like using the knife just because I don't want to accidentally cut myself, which I have done doing this. But you just pop that takedown pin out, which really doesn't take this much time normally. Oh, there we go. Takedown pin. See, there you go, in focus. Cool. Alright, pull the slide off, and you got a recoil spring in a barrel. Actually, two recoil springs. You take that recoil spring out and put it to the side because we're going to clean that. Take this barrel out, which is a pain in the patoot too, and put that to the side because we're going to clean it. And I usually clean the barrel first. Now what I got here is I got my cleaning rod, my little poker at the end, and that's where I'm going to put my patches. I just usually buy the bulk Winchester cotton patches, cut them down to the right size. But what we do first is I'm going to take a patch, and I got over here some Huffy's number 9, and we're going to dip this patch in it. Dip, dip, dip. Get it nice and saturated. See that right there? Alright. Put this on my poker. This up to the barrel. Give it a little push through. And then we got a little cleaner in the barrel now. Now what I do is I take this off and put my copper brush on, like so. And I'm going to stick it through and scrub this barrel. Not too much, just a little bit. You don't want to mess up the barrel or anything, but you just want to scrub, 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 scrub. Alright, now we take this off. And depending on how dirty it is, you might need to scrub it a little more, but I only put like 25 rounds through this thing. Wasn't that much. Hornady critical defense, which is expensive as hell, but I wanted to just make sure it cycle a box of my carry ammo. We're going to take that same patch, fold it over. It's still got the stuff on it, and we're going to push it through again. Okay, now you see how dirty that daggum thing just got? That's pretty nasty. Okay, now what I do is I take a dry patch and I push that through. And I flip it over and do it again, over and over again, till it comes out clean. Alright. Another patch. And push it through. And it's just about coming clean. This doesn't take that much time if you've only put a couple rounds through it. Now if you're doing like 150 rounds, this takes a lot longer. Okay. And we'll run that through again. Again, this is just a quick video on semi-auto pistol cleaning. And we'll get another patch. And just keep doing this until it comes clean. Okay. Oh, to help get the barrel off first. And this barrel is looking like it's got some dirt to it, boy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dip this again because obviously the cleaner didn't get in there the first time good enough. So let's do this again. Nice saturated patch. I'm going to run it through there slow. Flip it over, do it again. Now it's starting to look better. Alright, we'll do one more dry patch. And that ought to get her done, be good enough for that. Oh yeah, there we go. We finally got a clean patch. Push it through there one more time. Okay. Then I get my little buffer, which comes in the cleaning kit as well. I'm just going to buff it out on the inside there. And then we'll run a patch through that has oil on it, because you want to oil it real good or it'll rust. So we'll just push this buffer through. There we go. Nice and shiny. Just what we're looking for. Okay. Put our other tip back on real quick. We're almost done with the barrel. Then I'll show you the rest of the gun, which is a lot easier. It's more open. So it's definitely easier to clean and oil. Put this on. Get our Remington oil. I use Hoppy's number 9 solvent. Some people use other things, but that's what I use. And then I use Remington oil. Now there's tons of things you can choose from. There's lubricant slash cleaners like CLP, Break Free, and Ballistol, things like that. But I use good old Hoppy's and good old Rem oil. And then we'll run this patch through. And you just kind of want to do like this and get it nice and oiled up. And even when you put the oil on this thing comes out kind of dirty. The oil picks up the last little bit of dirt normally and gets it nice and lubed up. And flip that patch around, put some more oil on there, because we want to make sure that this thing is nice and clean and oiled up and ready to go. Because if this is like mine, if yours is like mine, then it's your carry gun, and you want to make sure that it is nice and clean at all times. And that is a shiny clean barrel. Let me try to see if I can get it up to the camera so you can see it. There we go. See how shiny and clean that is? That's what you want right there. Okay, now rest of the gun. Take your gun, and if you can see in there, it's definitely got a little dirt and stuff to it. Let me grab some more patches here. See, this is a thing of Winchester bulk patches. You can get these at Walmart. I think it's $4 for a whole box of them. It's just old cut up t-shirts. And we'll get a couple of these big ones. You can use, you don't have to really cut them down to do the inside of the gun. And get 3 of those. Probably won't use all of them. And what we do is take your patch, dip it in your solvent. You don't need a ton of it, just a little bit. Saturate a little spot, see? And then we're gonna, right here on the inside of the gun, we're gonna wipe it all down. So we got all that nasty powder and stuff that's gotten in there. There we go. Get all that black stuff, yucky. And just scrub, 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 scrub. And you're going to get your outside and inside of your rails here. Alright. Like I said, I didn't put that many rounds through this thing, so it's not all that dirty. You know, obviously if it's real dirty, you got to really go at it to scrub it. But this thing's just a little solvent and a little oil is going to clean this thing up real nice. Now what I like to do is put my hammer down, and right here, if you could see it, when you move your trigger, that moves. Any moving part I like to put just a little solvent on, and then I like to oil it at the end. You want to make sure to oil pretty much everything, including moving parts. So I got my rag dipped in solvent, and I'm just going to push that trigger, get that moving around. There you go, solvent in there. Then right here, you got your little, where that little ball is, you can see it. You'll put your solvent on there and manipulate like this. And as you can see, a little black stuff came off. Alright, now what I do is I take my rod, take this rag, dip it in solvent, and we're going to go through the through the handle, like so, a few times with solvent on it with your cleaning rod. You kind of want to manipulate it up and down. You got your hammer spring in there, everything. You don't want it to rust, you don't want it to get dirty, and you just do that a few times. You can, you know, at your discretion, flip this patch over. You just want to clean, 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 clean. Pretty much anywhere that your gun, anywhere on your gun that you see that's dirty, you just clean the hell out of it. That's what I do. So this gun's pretty well clean now. Oh, gotta do the recoil spring. Now, these, you take your little pen out, and this has 2 springs. You take them apart, and I usually just dip them in the solvent and then wipe them down. And you could always dip your patch and wipe it down too. See, I'll do it that way too. See, this really doesn't even have any dirt on it, which is cool. That's a good sign. That means the gun's working right if your recoil spring ain't got a ton of gunk on it. Alright, and then this pen, go ahead and give that a little wiping. Yeah, that had a little dirt on it. Oops. Try not to drop that on the ground, and if you do, make sure to wipe the dirt off of it. You don't want dirt inside your gun. Okay, so we'll put this right back together. That's good. Now I'm going to show you what to oil, how to oil, and all that. You take your rim oil. If you got spray oil, it works the same way. But what I do is I go along the outside of where the slide's going to be, this slide rail here, on either side. You got your mag release button. You want to get that nice and oiled up. You put some oil in your hammer. Put some oil in that little piece of your trigger. Pretty much any moving part, you want to get some oil in. So that's pretty well lubed up. And I also get the hammer spring on the inside of the handle. There's a spring there. And you just want to throw a little oil in there and shake it up, let it go. Alright, then the inside of your slide, you want to go along that slide rail too. And get it nice and oiled up firing pin. I put a little oil in there just to keep it from rusting. And let me show you how to put this back together now. So you got your slide. You'll flip it upside down. Put your barrel in first, this way, obviously. Slide it all the way back. Recoil spring with your little bolt in it. Put this side of your recoil spring in first, push, and hook it to the barrel. As you can see, that's back together. Now you want to oil one more thing, and I don't know why I closed it. There we go. And you want to just oil along that recoil spring. Get some nice little saturation of oil. And then you don't need a ton, but you want enough. Then what we're going to do is this model, you actually have to make sure the hammer's cocked to put the slide back on. And you just take your slide. If you can get it on there and you're not shaky like me. Now what I like to do before I put the slide all the way on is put that takedown pin in first. It just makes it a hell of a lot easier to get the slide on and keep it in. Alright, you want to put it back normal, cock it back just a little bit, push your pin in, and you are done. This is one clean gun. Now what I like to do after that is manipulate the slide a little bit, because that oil that's in there, it'll make all the excess come out. And then you just wipe her down. You know, I have a mirror stainless steel gun here, so obviously I need to wipe a little more than anybody else does. If you got, like, you know, one of those nitrite guns or blued gun or a brushed stainless gun, it doesn't matter as much as this one does for making sure it's nice and shiny. I just hate having little fingerprints and oil marks all over my gun. You know, call me crazy, but I like a clean gun and a good looking gun. So we're nice and clean there. We're good looking, shiny. That's what you're looking for. And we're good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it was kind of a long video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Tiddlywinks over.